we are going to be reviewing the Recon Hun. I got this guy from Miniature Market, and I got it at a fantastic deal. So fantastic, it was practically free. I ended up ordering a very large object that was a gift for somebody that might actually watch these videos, and I didn't want to pay shipping, so I had to just bump up the price on it. Now, granted, they had a sale on heavy gear at the time, and I kind of decided I wasn't going to actually buy anything, and this is how I convinced myself to buy this, because I went back to it, I decided to order some things, and they were sold out of everything I actually wanted. But I then convinced myself that I needed a Recon Hun, because Recon Huns are awesome, right? So I went ahead and picked up the Recon Hun, and ended up making shipping free, because I got over the limit that was necessary to purchase it. Now, on to the Hun itself. The Hun is older tank. It is a light tank for the Southern Army, and it's kind of a middling unit. It's actually it never really impressed me. It's just got just a little bit more armor than a standard trooper or heavy gear or heavy support gear at I think 25, or it's in the mid 20 range. So it's just crunchy enough to die to ATMs like anything else, or AGMs, but not heavy enough to really deflect light arms fire. So it's in this mid-range of being somewhere between useless and only mostly useless. But nonetheless, we're going to see this guy in some bat reps in the near future, and you're going to be able to see if I can die horribly that way too. Now, on to the equipment itself. You'll find that I paid about... It was on sale. I think I paid like 12 bucks for it, but this thing usually retails for 20. Let's just pull everything out. I actually got one of these guys put together right here. You'll see that it comes with a multi-part sprue. Very small. I don't know if you can see just how big. It's about 2 inches. About 2 inches wide. Or if this guy can be put next to it, you can see roughly how big it is. It is a small model. It normally retails for about $20, $22, and this is not a whole lot you get for it. It used to be that when you got the Hun, you paid a little bit more for it, but you'd get all the turrets for it. This one comes just as a Recon Hun kit, so if you wanted to build any of the other Huns, you have to get a new kit. That's not so hot. But there's a slight excuse for this one, because this one has a little pewter end to change the decking on the back so that you can see where it's launching all the recon drones out of. And I think that's really cool. That's what dragged me to it. I mean, I like drone carriers and whatnot, and this is actually a pretty fantastic model, because you can see all the little missile-like tubes where it would open up and come out, and you can even have like a retrieval crane over here on the side so that the crew can actually pick it up and put it back in. It's a fantastic little model. When I purchased it, I thought it was going to look awful, like the original model. The original model, before they did the retooling for the Forged in Fire, actually did not look great at all. It was one of the worst models in their inventory. You'll see that it is a multi-part kit. Again, we got mixtures of kind of a... It's a really soft plastic with pewter. It went together pretty quickly, pretty cleanly. You can do as much as you can with it. I mean, it's a tank. There's not a whole lot of posing you can do with it. Altogether, it went together in about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. There was some weird flashing in areas that was easy to cut off. I mean, it's nothing to really write home about, because it was to be expected. Again, there's not many options, not many upgrade kits for it. They do come with all the little drones to go with it, which are really, really small. They also provide hex bases to go with it if you really want to do it, but I got a bunch of little circular bases from Gamecraft Mini, and I'm going to end up using it on that instead of having to take up that much game board real estate with that. It also comes with an extra, like, little suitcases. It's completely unclear what these things go to. So, I don't know. I'm going to use them as a suitcase. One of my commander gears is going to be running around with a suitcase. It also comes with little fuel tank packs of some sort. I'm still not sure exactly what they're used for. But it does have a really kick-ass brush guard right here. Very small. It's just the details that really sell this model. Overall, I'm kind of impressed with it. At the price that I paid for it, I would pay for it all day long. About 12 bucks is fair. That's what the market goes for a miniature this big. But at the retail of what it should go for, about 20, this is on the high end of expensive, and I have a hard time recommending it to anyone. And that's the problem with heavy gear. Some of the miniatures, their pricing model's insane. Because I mean, I can get a dozen. I can get like almost an entire Russian tank army from Plastic Soldier Company, and it's about the same size. I don't see why this should have to cost $20. I mean, I can get Games Workshop models cheaper than that. But just for comparison's sake, we also brought out our Visigoth. This is the old model, and with it, again, I paid about, I don't know, about $18 for it. I think it was on sale. That's how I go. If it's on sale, it doesn't necessarily have to be a significant deal. I will end up buying it. And it came with all the turrets. So I ended up painting them all. So you got the Artemis version here with the really nice little anti-aircraft platform, and it's okay for shooting gears too. You got the Blitz, which is fantastic. I love the Blitz. I get more mileage out of it than I thought. I actually ended up buying it for the Con, which is this version right here, and I ended up not really liking it that much. I get much more mileage out of the Blitz version. This model, again, is part of the old casts. It was okay. I mean, it did its job. I mean, it looked okay, but honestly, I did not like it that much. And I ended up kitting this one out. As a matter of fact, it's got like this extra little armor siding on it. I knew they were going to make like a new kit soon, so I wanted to make it look like it's been through a lot, it's old, so that if I ever do decide to buy the new kit, this one won't look too out of place as like some sort of refurbished update kit. And wouldn't you know it, I mean, there was a lot of little modifications, especially to the top of this thing, like this little hole. I'm sure you can't see it, but wouldn't you know it, this is the curse of any wargamer. As I was taking it out here to get filmed, it fell off and crashed against the floor, and it actually, I mean, it took a pretty nasty dive, enough to make me reconsider, like, it lost paint here. What kind of primer I'm using. It also had a nice tall mast here, like they use on the Tusk upgrade kits for the combat vehicles we have in Afghanistan and Iraq. And I thought that was a really cool upgrade, but no, it snapped off, and I must have spent 45 minutes looking for it, but it's gone, man. It's just gone. You can even see the cool little Arabic writing on the side of it. I think it means tank. I don't know. I don't speak Arabic, but it looks the part, right? Kind of. I mean, I know they speak Arabic in the Terra Nova, but it's not really the thing. It just fits the theming, right? Some dirt poor, war-embroiled republic in the middle of nowhere. Not that I'm saying anything. Overall, again, at 12 bucks, it's a nice model. I'd buy it all the time, but at 20, it's a real hard sell. Same thing goes for the Spitting Cobra. Spitting Cobra has a lot in it, but again, it's 20 bucks. I'll review that one too if I ever get one. It's more than likely going to happen sooner or later. And we also got an Ostrogoth kit. Now, I haven't went so far as to actually put one of these guys together, but since he was on sale too, not as much, but he was on sale, I figured he goes with the Recon Huns because, you know, you got the Recon drones, which it seems vaguely useful. I mean, with the hooded upgrade kit, you get a light laser cannon, which is okay. It moves fast enough. And with the Recon setup, you get a bunch of Recon drones that can hover around within its autocomm distance, which is about 5 inches. But there's a problem with that. This thing's like the size of a house. It's the size of most terrain pieces on the boards I play on, and there's nowhere I can hide it. If I wanted a Recon drone, I'd just spend the extra 5 points and give it to some trooper gear I have no intention of actually getting into conflict with. So I really don't know how valuable this thing's going to be. It certainly wasn't cheap. In points. It's not cheap in points. But to go with it, since I need to pick another unit to go with the Recon group, you can downgrade one of the Huns to a ballista, which is an absolutely miserable piece of equipment. I don't know what they're thinking. It's just one VLR very light rocket pack on it. And it's just awful. But if you give it a vet slot, then you can upgrade it to an Ostrogoth. So let's open it up, right? And well, that's just dandy. There's nothing. Oh, okay. At least on the picture. We now know where that suitcase and the extra gas tanks go. I really wish... Well, I guess we get to see how Miniature Market's return policy's like, right? That's just awesome. Alright, well, that's been a review. So, I'm glad you I hope you liked it. Man, that really cheeses me off. Catch you later.